Just coming to settle. And then just making the intention that we're going to do these practices, settling, grounding, resting with support, and then just using real wishes of the four immeasurables. The motivation, why would we do these practices? How we might benefit from them. And if we benefit, how would others around us benefit? Just becoming aware of the breath. Maybe taking a long, slow breath in through the nose as you stretch up. As you breathe out, letting the belly and chest relax, the shoulder blades drop down the back, maybe just keeping a bit of strength in the spine. That's okay for your back. And then becoming aware of the belly. Rising of the belly on the in-breath, and the dropping of the belly on the out-breath. Just following the movement. Mind wanders, coming back to the breath, coming back to the movement of the belly. Bring your awareness to the chest, the ribs expanding, sternum lifting on the in-breath and contracting on the out-breath. If your back's against the chair, maybe noticing movement of the ribs at the back as well. Not regulating the breath or controlling it, just allowing the body to breathe, but with our awareness particularly on just the movement of the chest. And becoming aware of the movement of the shoulders. Maybe they lift on the in-breath and drop on the out-breath. Noticing the movement of the air at the throat, the cooler air entering and the warm air leaving. And then just taking your attention up to the nose. Again, sensing the cooler air entering the nostrils and the warmer air leaving. And then just extend your awareness to the whole breath. Be aware of the cooler air entering the nose, the belly rising, chest expanding, shoulders lifting as you breathe in, and the belly dropping, the chest contracting, and the shoulders dropping as you breathe out. Just following the movement of the chest. The mind wanders, just coming back to the breath. So we're just following the movement of the breath. So you're breathing in, the belly rising, the chest expanding, shoulders lifting. As you're breathing out, the belly dropping, chest contracting, and the shoulders returning to their original position. Being aware of the movement of the air. So cooler air enters and the warmer air leaves. The breath like a wave, our awareness just like surfing that wave. Not regulating the breath or controlling it, just allowing the body to breathe. But then just gently, maybe just deepening the in-breath, lengthening the out-breath, so they're both about the same length as each other. And possibly counting to 3 or 4 in the in-breath, 3 or 4 in the out-breath. Or saying words like, I know I'm breathing in, I know I'm breathing out. So just giving the mind something to focus on, the regulation of the breath, the counting or the words, just allowing thoughts maybe to still a little bit, or maybe to slow. Just allowing experiences just to be as they are, whatever they are. Maybe noticing the space between the in-breath and the out-breath, and the out-breath and the in-breath. Again, each time the mind wanders, as the minds do, just coming back to the breath. And then just bring your awareness particularly to the out-breath. Maybe with a sense, just connecting with the ground. Sense awareness maybe dropping into the body, being grounded. And then with the next out breath, just taking your attention down to your toes. As you let go of particular awareness of breath, letting go of the control, regulation of the breath, and just bring your attention down to the toes. Just being aware what other sensations are here. Are they warm, cool, heavy or light? Is there tingling or numbness? Then extend your awareness to the soles of the feet and the top of the feet, the heels, the ankles, the lower legs, the knees, thighs, hips and pelvis. Guiding your attention up the back, the lower back, middle back, and upper back, the belly and chest, the fingers and hands, wrists, lower arms, elbows, and upper arms, the shoulders, the neck, and face and head. And then just gently taking your attention down the body, from the head, down the trunk, the back and the front. Just taking your attention down the body, down to the hips and pelvis. And I'm really sensing into the connection of the hips and pelvis with the chair, the back of the thighs with the chair, sensation in the legs, the connection of the feet with the floor. Noticing that sense of being held by the ground and gravity. You're touching with a sense at this moment in time, what needs are met. Body's being held, body's breathing. We have no other needs at this moment in time. While we're sitting here, maybe just bringing to mind one thing that you're grateful for, one thing within your life. It doesn't have to be anything big. Had a sunny day like we have here, maybe it's the sun. Really just touching into whatever this is that you're grateful for, noticing how it feels when you bring it to mind. Showing your gratitude for whatever this thing is, really sensing it in the body. Maybe just seeing if you let go, whether the thing was that you appreciated, but just allowing the gratitude to sit there, just a general sense of gratitude. And then bringing to mind a loved one, maybe a person or a pet. You might picture them. Just sensing again that feeling of love, care, warmth. Maybe picturing them, maybe sensing touching them. And then noticing how that feels in the body. How does it feel when you have that awareness, that sensing into somebody you love? Noticing where it feels, feel it in the body. Maybe the heart center or the belly. Then letting go of the sensing the image of this particular person, but just seeing if that sense of loving just still rests within the body. Really a slight sense of openness with the gratitude, the love. As we come just to rest the mind. So we're just going to rest the mind in the present. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. But as our minds get carried away thinking as our minds do, just using the breath. So each time your mind wanders, just having a gentle touch with the breath, using the breath to come back to the present. So it's not having our whole attention on the breath like we did at the beginning. Just that gentle touch where we're still aware of everything around us. So we're letting thoughts come and go, sensations come and go, emotions come and go, just like clouds going across the sky. All experiences just arising, displaying, and going. No need to get attached to any of them. And the mind wanders, just coming back to the using the breath, going back to the present, and then just resting the mind in the midst. And then we're just going to offer these wishes around the four measurables. So first of all, bring to mind somebody you love. So you might picture them, sense them, maybe you're touching them. And then just offering these wishes, either using you or their name. May you have happiness and the causes of happiness. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you never be separated from the joy that knows no suffering. May you live in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Really sensing into them, picturing, sensing. May you have happiness and the causes of happiness. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you never be separated from the joy that knows no suffering. May you live in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Bringing to mind a friend, again picturing them, sensing them, and offering the same wishes. Maybe creating a bubble, having a loved one in that bubble, and then just including a friend. May you have happiness and the causes of happiness. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you never be separated from the joy that knows no suffering. May you live in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May you have happiness and the causes of happiness. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you never be separated from the joy that knows no suffering. May you live in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. And just letting go, maybe the image or sensing, but maybe incorporating them in this bubble of these wishes of the four measurables, and bringing to mind a neutral person. Again, picturing them, sensing them, maybe seeing them as a young child where it's easier to maybe offer such warm wishes. It may be people that you meet in the street, you might not even know their name. May you have happiness and the causes of happiness. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you never be separated from joy that knows no suffering. May you live in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May you have happiness and the causes of happiness. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you never be separated from the joy that knows no suffering. May you live in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. And then bringing to mind maybe somebody you have difficulty with. It doesn't have to be your arch enemy, but it's someone that you might have had some difficult words with, some challenges. And again, you might picture them and sense them. Helpful, maybe it's a child. And then offering them these wishes. Knowing it's okay if you can't actually bring wishes of wellness to this person, just having that intention. May you have happiness and the causes of happiness. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you never be separated from the joy that knows no suffering. May you live in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May you have happiness and the causes of happiness. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you never be separated from the joy that knows no suffering. May you live in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. And we're just going to expand out of that bubble as far as you want to, maybe in your home, your street, your friends, wherever you live, or right out to the world, just as far as is comfortable. Just going to offer these general wishes. May all beings have happiness and the cause of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May all beings never be separated from the joy that knows no suffering. May all beings live in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all beings have happiness and the cause of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May all beings never be separated from the joy that knows no suffering. May all beings live in equanimity, free from aversion and attachment. And then just checking in. We've been through a loved one, a friend, neutral person, somebody you have difficulty with, and all beings. But did you include yourself in that? Just noticing whether you included yourself naturally or somehow avoided it. Just noticing. Were you part of that? Were you part of all beings? Maybe we just say that once for ourselves and then go back to all beings. May I have happiness and the causes of happiness. May I be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May I never be separated from the joy that knows no suffering. May I live in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Really sensing that wish for ourselves, and then just extending it out again so that everyone. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be separated from the joy that knows no suffering. May all beings live in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. When you've got any sensing or imaging, just let it go. As you come back to the breath, coming back to the body. Bear the movement of the body with the breath. Sensing into how the body feels at this moment in time. To sense warmth, or maybe more irritation, agitation. Just being curious. Finally, as we end, may we all have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all never be separated from the joy that knows no suffering. May we all live in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.